What brought the fight? So apparently, Wode Maya made a video saying that Asantes used to trade Northerners as slaves. This is the video.
People think that the people that were taken to the Caribbean were mostly Asantes. No, it was actually the Asantes that were capturing people. So they were capturing people from the north of Ghana, you know,
other places,
the Salaga market.
Yeah.
So they catch you from the Salaga side. They walk you down all the way to Cape Coast, where you take your last bath.
Wait, you walk all the way from the north.
I tell you,
Are you kidding me?
So that is why
you are making it up. It's not true.
I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up.
Many
if you go to the north, okay.
Many of our African American brothers in the diaspora, in the Caribbean, we shouldn't think they are from the coastal areas.
No.
Salaga, up north. If we do tourism right, you will just see how they trekked, kidnapped, captured people all the way from present-day northern Ghana, hundreds of kilometers.
Even the north that I know.
Yes, they walked. They.
Some people did not even make it along the way from the north to the south, like central region, right?
Is this an insult? Should this warrant that from Okatakyie Afrifa? What does the history say? Was what Wode Maya saying correct? Does it sound like an insult? Let me give you a brief history. They had this Ashanti chief in those times called Osei Kwadwo Okun Area. Osei Kwadwo Okun Area. That means Osei Kwadwo who fights in the afternoon. So during his time, that was when the Ashanti kingdom expanded for the first time to the northern region. How did it start? How did the Ashanti region expand, or the Asante state expand to the northern region? How did they get the northerners under them? This is true history. Listen to it well. And yet, what they are doing here, I wouldn't have told you this history. So listen to the rich piece of history, and let me tell you what Wode Maya was referring to. So during the time, during Osei Kwadwo Okun Area's time, Dagombes were trying to enskin a chief, and a fight broke out. So one of the factions came to the Asantes and came to Osei Kwadwo Okun Area directly and said, "My king, please, we are trying to enskin a chief, but these people are trying to cheat us." Then Osei Kwadwo Okun Area said, me na me Okun Area, let me go with my troop, I'll defend you. So he gathered his troop, that is the Asantes, and they went to face off fiercely with the Dagombes. When they got there was a man called Gareba. Gareba was a chief, apparently, or the other side or the other faction who present the guy who came to report the case to the Asantes. So all the Dagombes, Gareba gathered all the Dagombes and they were ready to fight. History has it that the Dagombes were very tall. The Dagombes were very strong. You see that so they were physically fit. So they looked ready for the war. But Osei Kwadwo Okun Area, he was an Ashanti man, short with his troop. They had also outnumbered the Ashantis because Asante for no free the southern states up north. You understand? So they had outnumbered them, but they weren't scared. Why? Because they had a secret recipe. That is the gun. How did they get the guns during that time? The Asantes they had a very good relationship with all the southern states. So they took guns from them and they sent it to the war. So though the Northerners were strong at the time, they were told they were outnumbered, the Asantes managed to defeat them. But history had that but the Asantes knew what they were doing. They sent guns and they won the war. Just like it. You do not send kung fu to a gunfight because I'm saying kill. You do not send kung fu or you do not take knife to a gunfight. That is what the Dagombes did because they didn't know what they were dealing with. And Osei Kwadwo Okun Area defeated them. And after defeating them, the Dagombas that time were more like the bigger kingdom. You understand? So they were the overlords. They were literally taking care of the Frafres and all of that. All those kingdoms were under them because they were the bigger kingdom. So when it happened like that, that means automatically all the kingdom the Dagombas ruled came under Ashanti automatically, because that was the system. If I beat your people, you become part of me. If I've defeated Gariba, we've defeated Gariba, so now you are all part, or you are now under us. You are going to serve under us. You are going to go down south, but you would pay homage to Asante. So that was literally the arrangement. So they told them that now that we've defeated you, the Gumbes would make sure that every year you bring us 1,000 cows, you bring us 1,000 chickens, you bring us 1,000 sheep, you bring us 1,000 goats, you bring us 1,000 slaves, you bring us 1,000 guinea fowls and whatnot. In 1,000, apem. So you literally sometimes you hear ukum apem, but Asante for everything they do is apem in thousands. So because the Dagombes were literally like the overlords and they were the bigger kingdom, they were going to the upper east and upper west to bring slaves from there because they were the bigger kingdom. So they were selecting from their subordinates and bringing them from there every year for the Asantes to what? To sell at the coastal areas. That is history. It created a whole lot of brouhaha because Wode Maya said it, and Wode Maya is an Akan. He's a Fanti. So I don't understand how Okatakyie Afrifa is saying that is an insult and that is causing confusion. That is a very bitter part of history. Yes, it's a bitter part of history, but we learn to live with history, because if you do not know your history, you are bound to get missing. Until Wode Maya is literally trying to say, Okatakyie Afrifa, and you're now, so how don't you know this is history? How are you saying that I'm insulting Asantes or I'm trying to clash it? This is just history, I'm telling. If you do not know, go and educate yourself to be a journalist and hear about say minimum NHS or a journalist. Because when he was tackling Ansan Sadeli's issue, which everybody watched the case across Ghana, and so many people interested outside of Ghana, it was like, journalism and knowledge is not about having a deep voice. No, it's about knowing the facts and stating the facts. Sometimes you just go overboard. I don't know. The Kevin Taylor effect is having like literally a ripple effect on you.